I've been a pro makeup artist for 25 years and I have tested hundreds of products. Today, I'm going to go through 5 full coverage concealers and tell you what covers without caking. I tested these concealers in various different ways. So I actually tested more than this, and I have narrowed it down to these 5 that I feel are worth it when it comes to being a full coverage concealer. So I'm going to start off with number 1. It's not in any particular order. This is just literally the 5 that I feel like were worth pulling out of everything that I tested and telling you what I really think about them. And I'll also tell you what one I'm currently wearing. First off, let's start with Westman Atelier Vital Skincare Concealer. Now, this concealer I think is absolutely amazing for anyone over 40, because if you're looking for something that gives you full coverage, doesn't cake, doesn't crease in your lines. It all does depend on how much product you're applying as well, by the way, so I'm going to keep it real with you. This is not just about concealers. Concealers in general are not miracle products that are going to be able to never crease. Like, you can slap it on and then leave it and it's all going to be fine. Like, it just isn't going to be that case. It is based on how you prep, how well you've hydrated, how little you've hydrated, because it all does depend on your skin type too, and how much powder you've applied, and your waiting time between each layer. There's a lot involved in it, right? But this concealer in particular, I felt did self-set, but it did take its time to self-set. So it wasn't something that was quick to self-set. So I'm also going to go through that with you, by the way, the self-setting of each one. Now, I tested these along with others in 2 different ways. One is wearing them all day, and 2 is actually putting them all on the back of my hand together so I can compare the drying times between each, because it's much easier to do that next to each other than when you're using it on your face. It's hard to compare all of them together in one go. So that's the way that I test them. This one in particular, I feel, gives you amazing coverage. Even though they say it's buildable, I don't think you need to build with this. I feel like one application is enough for you. I feel like it blends very well. It isn't a concealer that I feel you need to let sit for a while in order to blend. Sometimes you hear me saying this, and probably other makeup artists talking about how, let it marinate for a little bit because it will give you a bit of extra coverage. You don't need to do this with this one. And funnily enough, even though these are all full coverage, there are 1 or 2 that you still need to do that with, because I don't feel like the full coverage is like right up there. Right, so I will go into that. But I feel like this one in particular is very good at covering things like dark circles, discoloration, maybe you've got some veins. Like, I have a lot of blue veins around my eye area and even on my skin in certain areas, and that gives me that olive undertone that I have, which is very subtle, but it is there. So I have a bit of green that I need to cover sometimes, and I feel like this is really great without color corrector as well. So I feel like it does such a good job on its own. I don't need to use color corrector with this. Whereas with a lot of medium coverage concealers, I would usually have to use color corrector. Just as I've gotten older, I feel like I've felt the need for it more because my skin has become thinner there, so you can see the veins more. Would I say you need to set all of them? Not necessarily, because the next one I don't think you actually have to set it. Like, you might not even have to use powder, but I do feel like you need to use it with this because it does stay tacky for quite a while, and it took a very long time for it to fully dry down itself. So when I tested it on my face and wore it all day, I had set it with powder as you normally would, because that's a normal thing that you do. But when I put these on my hand, I didn't set them with powder at all. So I just let them kind of sit because I wanted to see how they react almost on their own, right? And do they change? Does anything happen? By the way, I completely ruined a pair of joggers that day because I forgot that I had it on the back of my hand, and it's just like a massive print on my joggers, which now I have bespoke joggers for makeup swatching, I guess. So yeah, I would highly recommend that. I think it's a very good hydrating concealer. If you are in your 40s or above and you're looking for something full coverage, absolutely amazing. I do feel like even if you're not in your 40s, it's nice to have something which is good for your skin too. So I do feel like it's great to have a full coverage concealer. It doesn't feel like it's masking or like it's like dried up like clay on your face. So I would highly recommend this one. Moving on to the next one. This one surprised me a bit. This is the Estee Lauder Double Wear concealer, stay in place concealer. Now, I really like this. I love the fact this is so good at self-setting. So it's probably one of the best out of all of them for self-setting. Like, and I'm surprised because I thought one of the others was going to be better at self-setting, but this is actually the best one at self-setting. So the award goes to this for self-setting. None of these change color. This doesn't change color. It gives good coverage, but I would say that it is buildable, and you will use it that way. Because I feel like on its own, one layer, one application, I feel like I needed to add more. I don't know how that, maybe if you don't need much coverage, then I actually think that's okay for you, but I actually felt like it was a little bit transparent for me, considering it's a full coverage concealer. So I do feel that you may need to go in with another layer. And I don't think you need to wait for it to set a little bit before doing it. I feel like because it is quite quick at setting, I think you can just go in with another layer. I do feel like with this one in particular, you probably have to hydrate a little bit more, but it's not drying, it's not tightening on the skin. I feel like it's pretty good in terms, like the skincare in there is pretty good. But I do feel like actually with any of these, I would say you need to hydrate well with any full coverage concealer. But I do feel like it's set really well on its own. I think you can get away with just letting this self set. If you really do not want to use powder, if it's a no-no for you, because I know there's a lot of people, there are a lot of people out there who don't want to use powder at all, that's going to be a really good option for you. I would highly recommend that for anyone who doesn't want to use any powder or wants to use the smallest amount of powder. That's going to work for you. Next up, we have the Dior Forever Skin Correct Concealer. I really like this because it is majority skincare in here. So I think it's like 90-something% skincare in here, right? And you really feel it. I feel like it's not tightening, it's not drying. It lasts so well on the skin, by the way. The coverage is absolutely amazing. In particular, really love the tip on here because I feel like it never gets messy around here. Never ever. I've had this for ages. It doesn't get messy. And I feel like you get an amazing finish with it. And it's very flawless, very hydrating, doesn't dry out the skin, doesn't make it look aged. It takes a bit of time to self-set, but it actually self-sets. I would say it comes second to Estee Lauder when it comes to self-setting. It's actually very, very good. I would still add a little bit of powder with this one because I feel like it stays that kind of tacky finish slightly to it, whereas the Estee Lauder I feel like does fully dry down. And I feel like you are not going to need another layer with this. I feel like one layer is enough. It's I would say more of a cream formula, whereas I would say the Estee Lauder is more of a slightly more fluid formula. So the Dior, you will find the difference there. The Dior is more of a thick cream, and I guess it's a very opaque concealer. Whereas if I open up this, Estee Lauder one, it's much more fluid, and I really felt like I needed to add more with that. So yeah, that's what I think about that one. I would highly recommend that. I absolutely loved it, and very good for the skin, and doesn't look dull after a little while, because some concealers can do that. Please do subscribe to this channel, hit the like button and the bell button because it means you won't miss my next video. Please do watch the rest of this video because it really is interesting to hear what these concealers do. And it's kind of, I was surprised, to be fair, about the next couple that I'm going to mention. And you know what I just want to add is that as much as a couple of, like, I alternate between these concealers, by the way, right? So I've got other concealers that I alternate between as well because it's part of my job. But when I'm using these concealers, I'm not looking at what I've specifically been looking at when I tested these recently. So when I wear it, I just wear it. I'm not thinking about it. I'm not thinking about has it self-set itself? Have I needed to put powder? Has it changed like later on in the day? I just look at it very vaguely and I'm like, oh, that's a really good concealer. And I know whether I like something. The same way everyone does when it comes to liking anything, right? But when I was testing these, I was really looking at them much closer than usual in a lot of detail, almost with a magnifying glass, where I was like, okay, what is this actually doing? What are you? Let's talk about you. Let's talk about what you're doing for my skin and how you're looking on my skin. So it's a very different approach to when you are generally looking at stuff and know that you like certain products. Yeah, that's why I'm surprised at a couple of these, because I've never looked at them as closely before, right? So if you want me to do this about medium coverage concealers, or maybe lightweight concealers, or maybe foundations, let me know, because I would be more than happy to do that if you found this interesting. So moving on, please do subscribe to thebeautybreakfastclub.com. It's my online publication that I write myself. Every other day there's a new newsletter that I write. It's all about beauty, but there's added style, mindset, wellness, culture in there. Very interesting, I would say so myself. We've got roughly about a community of nearly 10,000 people on there, and it's mind-blowing to me because I just started this little corner of the internet writing, and now it's become what it is, and it's really amazing, and I would love to have you over there. So it's actually free to subscribe, and that gives you access to one free newsletter every week or so. But if you go for the paid version, it actually unlocks the entire site. The paid version costs the same as getting yourself one coffee a month, but I can guarantee you're going to get much more satisfaction from this than you do from one coffee, because you are going to get to unlock the entire site so you can read all the articles. But also what I think is really cool is you get to join the group chat on the platform, where there is this whole massive community of women who absolutely love beauty, makeup, and they're all like-minded and they're so nice. You want to meet nice people, this is where you want to go. And also you get to ask me any questions on this group chat directly and I will answer you if someone hasn't already jumped in and answered you, because honestly everyone helps each other so much. There are people sending their selfies before when they've done their makeup and done something different and asking for advice of what people think, and it's pretty amazing, I think. And it's you guys that have made it what it is, and I really would love to see you over there. So moving on to the next one, it is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. Now this is the concealer that I've currently got on, and I love this concealer. It's been my ride or die for a very, very long time, and that's why this surprised me so much on this particular day. In terms of coverage, amazing. In terms of formula, amazing. It's the perfect cream formula. I'm not going to say it's too thick. I'm not going to say it's too fluid. It's perfect, the formula, right? It's not runny. It's not too thick where it's like too opaque. It's just perfect, I think. The formula is amazing. The coverage is absolutely amazing. Does it stay all day? Yes, it stays really, really well. It's never, ever let me down, this concealer. However, one thing I did notice when I had all of them on the back of my hand is that this it wasn't the longest to dry to self-set. It was second from longest. So there's one, which is my next one, that took, I don't even think it fully dried, the next one, to be honest with you. So I don't feel like that self-sets at all. This self-sets a little, and that's what surprised me, because I hear so many people talking and also leaving comments on my videos, because I use Tarte Shape Tape all the time, and they're like, oh, I can't use that concealer, it's very drying on me. Or even when I mention it to some people, they're like, oh, no, stay away from that, it's so dry, it's too drying for me and everything. So what really surprised me was the fact that it didn't self-set in comparison to Westman Atelier and Estee Lauder, and also even Dior, to be honest with you. So what surprised me was, and this is the thing, when people say things like, oh, I can't use that because it's too drying, now I'm wondering, have those people ever tried these three concealers? Because I've heard people say that they love the Estee Lauder Double Stay in Place concealer, but then they don't love the Tarte one because they find the Tarte one drying. And I'm like, well, hold on a minute, that self-sets so like well in comparison to Tarte. So yeah, it was interesting, I have to say. So that surprised me. I really thought this was going to be the one that actually self-set the quickest and dried out the quickest, but it wasn't. So this is actually a very hydrating formula, I personally think, but that's what really surprised me about that. I think it's a great concealer. I think it doesn't look cakey on the skin, and I feel like none of these look cakey on the skin. I personally feel like if any of these end up looking cakey on your skin, there are a couple of reasons. One, because maybe your skin type doesn't allow it. And what I mean by that is if you have very, very thin skin, then I feel that you are less likely to be able to take more makeup. I have very thick skin, right? And I can take more makeup. But I have noticed working for years, for the last 25 years working on different skin types, that the people who have very thin skin don't suit a lot of makeup. They can't take it. There are some faces that just cannot take a lot of makeup, and that's where I feel like those are the people that end up being scared of things like full coverage concealers, and it's like it still looks cakey on them. Whereas if you have thicker skin, it doesn't tend to look as cakey if you get everything else underneath right and on top right. And what I mean by that is getting your hydration right, but also making sure it's in thin layers, getting your powder setting strategically done so that it doesn't cake up the concealer, because cakey concealer is not just down to the concealer, it is down to how you've set it as well, right? And also down to how much you've used. So yeah, anyway, moving on to the next one. The final one is the Hourglass Vanish Concealer. This one surprised me too, because this doesn't self-set at all, but it's still a great concealer. This is something that I would highly recommend if you have very dry skin or you have very mature skin. Then I think this is a winner for you. If you have oily skin, I would highly recommend the Estee Lauder Double Wear Concealer. But I find that this one, when I put it on the back of my hand and I swatched it, and I've got a picture here, I'll see if I can put that on the screen for you guys. It's much easier to see it this way on the hand than it is on the face, because you can see all of them together. It's funny actually, because some of them, they're very different shades actually as well. This one just did not dry down. And this, by the way, the picture isn't right at the end when they'd all dried. It was pretty at the beginning, right? But this one didn't dry down at all. It just stayed wet on the skin. So if you have very dry skin or mature skin, this is going to be amazing for you. Now, I love the coverage it gives. it is buildable, but you don't need to add more. I feel like one layer, one application is more than enough from this. And I do feel like it blends amazingly on the skin. I do feel like a little goes a long way with this. You really need a small amount, because if you end up with a thick layer of this, it's 100% going to look cakey no matter what you do. So that's my honest opinion on that. Those are my 5 concealers. I really do hope you've enjoyed this and it's been informative for you. I would love to know your thoughts. Are there any concealers that you would highly recommend? Are there any full coverage concealers that you recommend? I would love to know, because obviously I've just done what I have, but I would really love to know from you if there's any full coverage concealers that you recommend. So I'm gonna love you and leave you. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe and hit the bell button. Everything's listed in my description, so you can just head on over, click on it, and it'll take you straight to it. Don't forget to also head on over to SHOPNINA, where I have a full entire online shop there. It's everything you see me using in my videos and everything that I love. So the link will be in my description too, and I will see you on the next video.